So something I do every year at New Year's is give uh, extremely discounted sessions for my existing clients. And what we do is create the energy for achieving whatever their biggest goal is. So people get on the phone with me. I only do it by telephone, and they tell me what their big goal is for the year, whether it's a business goal, a relationship goal, health, weight loss. That's a big one at New Year's. Those kind of things, and then we find out what energetically they need to adjust or clear in order to achieve that goal. It's a great exercise. We can usually get it done in 10 minutes or less, and it helps the year start off really powerfully and wonderfully. So I did 29 of them on New Year's Day, and I did another 10 of them on this January 2nd. So I got a total of 38 sessions done, and the same thing kept coming up over and over again. I hadn't noticed it before, but I took some handwritten notes on what kind of negative energy blocks were coming up with people, and the same three kept coming up over and over again, and actually analyzed it afterwards. And out of those 39 people, 20 of them, so over half of those people, had the same single negative trapped emotion that was keeping them from achieving their goals, not just this year, but in any year. And then there was one that was about 40% and one that was about a third, 33%. So these three, and then everything else was under 10%. So so I want to share what those three are and what they could mean for you and how they can make your life better so you can get your goals achieved for this year, or maybe just your one big one, your big, hairy, audacious goal to get it done. Okay, I had everything typed up on the screen share, but Chrome is not letting me share the screen. I got to do some privacy security things in order to do that, so I'm just going to speak them. The first one is called creative insecurity. That was the one that was over half. Creative insecurity, the definition is not trusting the self in regards to the development or the creation of anything, whether it's business, relationship, health, spirituality, uh, eliminating bad habits. Artistic is a big one. People with writer's block or having problems with their creative side, this could be part of it. So it's a negative emotion. It's actually an emotion called creative insecurity. And this is the number one emotion that keeps us from achieving our goals every year. And so it's very easy to clear. It usually comes from something that happened in your past. And I cleared it from all 30 people where it came up, creative insecurity. So the big thing that we talked about with people as I did it was the whole idea of trusting the self. You need to have trust and faith in yourself so that you can go on to what's next and create or develop something that's new. If you're looking for a relationship, you have to trust yourself that you're good enough, that you're worthy enough to be in that relationship. So this would be one that we would clear from you. Let's say you want to start a new company or a new business. Well, it takes a lot of self-confidence. You have to have, you have to believe in yourself, and you have to have a team around you. If you're going to create anything, it's really, really hard to do it on your own. You need people to help you and to do it with you. And in order to do that, you have to trust yourself that you can be a leader. That's the biggest part of leadership, is trusting yourself that you are worthy and capable and have the ability to be a leader. So I clear the emotions from you, all this darker energy that exists, and it's quite simple to do. And then we move on to the second one. The second one is actually two different ones I combined into one, because some people had one, some people had the other one, but it was the same thread in each one. So the first one is resentment, and the second one is stubbornness. So resentment, when you're resentful of someone or something, and stubborn is when you're inflexible, difficult, unbendable, unable to change direction when things come. And so those are both good ones by themselves. But when you put them together and read the definitions, one thing jumps right out. They both have in their definitions, and the definition that I use in my materials for this modality is forgiveness. If you're resentful, it means there's somewhere in your life where you're not forgiving. If you're stubborn, it means you're unwilling to forgive. So they both have that forgiveness, and they're the only two of the 60 emotions in the emotion code. They're the only two that mention forgiveness at all. So they're the unforgiveness ones. So that means that if there's an area of life where you're not forgiving, you're actually holding yourself back from achieving a goal. Isn't that a great distinction? So you want to. So if you're still trying to lose weight and you set an intention every New Year's to lose weight, if you haven't found that perfect relationship, if you've been trying but failing at business, or maybe just having trouble getting things off the ground, look at where you're not forgiving. So it could be a person, someone from your past, a parent, someone who wronged you, you feel that wronged you, or someone that wanted to put you in a direction where you really didn't want to go. Let's say it's a situation, something about the planet or the economy or the government or something in the news that bothers you, and you feel wronged by that situation. Well, you have to forgive. Not an easy thing to do all the time, especially when it comes to the third type of forgiveness, and that is yourself. We have to forgive ourselves for the mistakes we made, the things that we did that we are not proud of. And talking to clients, when we dug down a little bit and did some follow-up sessions with them to get down further into it, forgiveness of yourself is really important. And you don't forgive others, and you don't forgive for their benefit. You forgive for your own benefit. And of course, if you forgive yourself, you are both ends of the giver and the receiver of the forgiveness. So think about that. Who do I need to forgive? What situations do I need to forgive? And do I need to forgive myself and move on and create something new and wonderful in life? So that's the second emotion. Third one, vulnerability. Vulnerability is an emotion. It's considered a negative emotion in the emotion code. And so vulnerability is not being authentic, holding ourselves back from who we really are, what we really want to say, and not being who we're told by society to be, but be who we really want to be. And some people are wonderful at this, and they open themselves up, and we get to see who they really are. But most of us think that life has to be a certain way, or we have to be a certain way, or we have to play a certain role, and we don't. You don't at all. And I learned this lesson. It took me basically 40 years to learn the lesson, as I made educational choices based on what I thought I should be doing. I made job choices, career choices that were not me at all, but I did it. And I'm a pretty resourceful, intelligent, talented guy, so I did pretty well in those things, but I was never really happy, and I was never great at anything that I did. And every step of the way, I got a little bit closer, a little bit closer, a little bit closer. My spirituality got better. I did a lot of personal work in different modalities. I had coaches to help me. And did I have the stubbornness thing going on big time, and forgiveness of myself. That's why I'm so good at a teacher about forgiveness, because I had to forgive myself for some massive dirty, ugly mistakes that I made during this decades of the soul, dark decade of the soul that I had going on. And it's only been within the last 4 or 5 years that I really felt that I reached the state of happiness. And along with that, getting there was being vulnerable. So don't do what I did. Take 40 years to get there. You can do it this year, and I can help you to do that. And so my wife, Carol, who's just a magnificent teacher and coach and life coach, teaches classes. And we're doing one together that we do every other month, and it's called Reshape Your Life. And it's about creating a new patterns in life, creating new speaking and thinking in life, because the reality you have is based on, it starts with your thoughts. How you think generates what results you're going to get later in your life. So you can take a look at that, and you can go on our website, which for balanceharmonyjoy.com, and you can find out more about Reshape Your Life on there, or carolstringham.com. That's an easier one to remember, carolstringham.com. And it's all right here, and perhaps you can click here. I know you can if you're live. If you're watching this not live, then you may not be able to click over to the website to sign up. But this is Carol and I have been working on these kinds of issues of like forgiveness and vulnerability for over 25 years, doing coaching and teaching about that. We both now no longer have the day job. It's gone. And this is our commitment. This is our life purpose. This is what we're doing to help people reshape their lives. And we have some amazing modalities that we use to teach that. This class is 5 sessions over 8 days, all on Zoom. And at this time, recording this, they're all on Zoom. And so you just pop on, and we send you materials. We mail you a book. So that's why we have an early bird discount. A week in advance, you get a big discount off the tuition. So, and that gives us time to get organized and also to get your book out to you, so you get it on time for the first class. So be open to reshaping your life. Now, and then of course there's my work, which is emotion code and body code work, and I can work on these for you. This little compendium of negative energies that we can clear so you can achieve your goals. And I do goal coaching. I'm not more of an energy worker than a coach, but when it comes to achieving goals, I can really help because I've led goal workshops for so long, and I actually teach goal setting and goal workshops as well. And you can see that I just charge $45 for 6 hours of goal setting work. So you can contact me, and you're watching this on social media, just send me a message and I'll get back to you and do that, because I'm still at the point where it's enjoyable, wonderful, and manageable to work with you one at a time and connect with you and make sure that this is something that'll work for you and be nice for you. And for $45, why not? I say that I did that on a call this morning, that we should be spending 5% of our income just on self-improvement. That's not tithing. That's not charity work. That's on classes, on materials, on coaching, on workshops, on books, audios, all the different things, subscriptions online, all kinds of things, so we can constantly be improving ourselves and making life better for ourselves. So $45 hopefully is much, much less than 5%. But if it is 5%, let's say you're counting it on a monthly basis, and 5% is like not even $1,000. So if you're on making less than $1,000 a month, this is your 5%. And you know what happens? You keep putting in the 5%, spending the 5%. Your income goes up a little, you keep doing the 5%. Your income comes up a little more, keep doing the 5%. Then all of a sudden, you're spending hundreds of dollars every month on really good, helpful, wonderful materials and programs. And the momentum gets going, and all of a sudden, you're off to the races and you have a great, successful business. This is what I do, and I'm at the point now where I'm looking for stuff so I can spend my 5%, looking for new programs and things like that. And now when they're more because I budget the 5%, so I'm not taking money out of the pantry by spending the 5%. It's what I do every year. It's automatic. I automatically do the 5%. And so now I get to look for more expensive, more wonderful coaches and programs because I have to, because I have to spend that 5%. And my personal income is going up steadily every year by 50% plus every year over the last 3 years since I really decided to stick to this. And of course, I did it because I went full time, left the day job, and I'm doing this full time. Okay, so I hope that's helpful for you today. Please give a comment if anything you found helpful. I appreciate the feedback. I am here every Wednesday at noon Eastern Time live, and of course, plenty of opportunities to watch replays of different classes. And we'll be promoting it more. We'll be expanding it more as we go along. And when we have people on the call live and they would like to have a healing, we're going to be doing complimentary healing, so you get to see how this energy balancing and healing stuff works that we do. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you very much, and live prosperously, live healthily, and look for balance and harmony and joy in your life, because that's the key. Take care. Bye.